You can tell the brakes haven't been changed in some time. Here we go. So all the brake pads are out. What you need to do right now is to remove these guide pins. The guide pins are going to go in. As you can see here, you need to make sure that they clear the brake disc. You can see that it spins freely without rubbing. So here's how we're looking, just to make sure that we reduce the squeaks. These pins are going to go in. This is where those pins needs to go in, and when they go in, this brake caliper piston is stuck. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So on today's video we're going to be replacing rear brake pads on this VW Jetta 5. So these rear brake pads are very much finished. I'm not sure if you can be able to see it right here, but you can really see that there's nothing left. So to replace these rear brake pads, what you need is a 13mm to hold on this bolt, and also a 16mm spanner to counter hold this bolt right here. So I have the 16mm spanner, and what I need right now is a 13mm socket. So the 13mm socket has availed itself. Now we can put it on right here. So what you'll need to do before doing this job is that you need to release the handbrake. If you don't release the handbrake, you're not going to be able to get the brakes off. So that's something you need to note. So let's try to get this off. This is a very awkward place to work at because there's really no space. Okay, so the 13mm bolt is out. What you need to do right now is just to release the spanner and go onto the bottom ones right here. Finally. I think I got something on it, so it should be coming loose. Now that was very tight. You can tell the brakes haven't been changed in some time, because to get that off was really a job and a half. So I really have suspicions that this is a 16, because here a 15 does fit, even here a 15 does fit. So I'm not really sure which one is which. So it's better to use a 15 to avoid stripping a bolt. Okay, the other 13 is now out. We can now remove the brake caliper. Okay, so the brake caliper is out. What we'll need to do after removing the brake caliper is to remove the brake pads. Okay, first one is out. Look at how finished it is. It's very bad. Okay, so the second one is on the inside right here. Okay, so the other one is also out. Here we go. So all the brake pads are out. What you need to do right now is to remove these guide pins. Also held inside in the same manner. So after removing it right there, what you can do is just to lift it up and then pull it back. These are the ones which make sure that the brake caliper, the brake pad, does not slide back and forth. So this is out. Now we need to remove the top one. We need to remove on the other side as well. This one came right out. So here's the other one. You can just leave it like that. So the brake pads that I'm using also at the rear brakes, as the show brake, because I've used this before and I was happy with their quality, so I'm thinking why not stick to them. Clean up the place where the guide pins sit from the front and the back. We're running out. Okay, we're running out. I'll also clean this one when I have the phone down, because I'll need 2 hands for this. I believe I've done my best over there. Okay, now the surfaces have been cleaned. So these are the guide pins and these are the new caliper bolts. So the guide pins are going to go in. This one is for the top side. This one is just going to go over in like this. Then when it's in the middle of the brake disc like that, you push it up until it sits on this groove. Then you also need to have it click in the inside. Then after having them click like that, you need to make sure that they clear the brake disc so that you don't have a squeaky disc. As you can see here, you need to make sure that they clear the brake disc. So if I can spin the brake disc, you can see that it spins freely without rubbing. So the bottom guide pins are going to go in like this. So they need to sit on this groove right here. This groove right here needs to go in here. So I'm going to get you out like that. Have one sit in. Push the inner one in and push the outer one in. So these are in. On these ones as well, you need to make sure that they still clear the brake disc. So when I check at the bottom right there, you can see that the brake disc is cleared. There's no issue at all. So if you spin it, you can tell that you have no friction at all. So now that is done, make sure that you apply some anti-squeak right here. This is going to be enough, as we're still going to apply more on the brake pads. This is going to be the anti-squeak that we'll put on, so that's enough. Now we're going to dip the brake pad inside the grease. So this is a multi-purpose grease. So the first brake pad that I'm gonna dip on the anti-squeak is the brake pad, which is going to go on the inside. Just dip it a bit. Dip it a bit like that, and also dip the other side a bit on the grease. So I think this is enough. What you can do is just to make sure that it sits in nicely and also it's not excessive. So I'm just going to trim this a bit. So here's how we're looking, just to make sure that we reduce the squeaks. So this one goes on the inner side. To put it on, I'll need to at least put the phone down. The other side is on. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we did on the other one. So as you can see, you need to take the pad, hold it like this, and when you hold it like this, make sure that it goes in right here. After making sure that it goes in right there, you then align it with the guide pins. After aligning it with the guide pins, all you need to do is just to make sure that you slide it in through there. First guide pin in, second guide pin in. So as you can see, it needs to slide in through here and there. The next thing now is to make sure that we push back the piston. So we need to push this piston back in. So when doing this brake job, what you need are these tools. These are very useful tools when you want to make your job very easy when replacing the brake pads. So this is what I'm going to be using to assist me when replacing the brake pads. So on the rear brake pads, we'll need to use something like this, which has some pins right here. These pins are going to go in to the caliper right here. You see those indents? This is where those pins needs to go in, and when they go in, when we spin it, it will be spinning the piston inside like this until it compresses back. So what you can do as well is to use a 22mm spanner. So this 22mm spanner is going to be counter holding right here when you turn the piston. So it's going to make things easier for you. You can just use this one. This brake caliper piston is stuck. It does not turn, it does not do anything, and now it cannot let me release this. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get this brake caliper back onto the brake disc. I don't really know what to do right now because I'm left with no choice, and I can't put back these brakes because you can see that these brakes are really finished. So what I'm thinking is to replace the brake caliper because there's no way I'm going to be able to get the car going without having done that. So this does not want to come out. So what I'm thinking right now is just to grind it off, because there's no way I'm getting this off without doing that. So I really have no choice, but this is what I'm left with. So it's something that I have to do, but I didn't want to do it. So that just shows you how old the car is, because if this cannot spin while you're braking every day, then that really makes you wonder how old the car is. So you've seen me struggling, and the struggle was real. So there's nothing I can do than to grind this off, because I have no choice. So the car will have to sleep where it is right now, because the shops have already closed, and there's no way I can be able to get the new brake caliper piston. So I'll have to go and look tomorrow, and I hate spending a lot of money like this, but I have no choice on this one. Let me just grind it off.